It is unclear, but that drone footage is airing as the nuclear saber rattling in Russia is getting louder again. Just listen to this Russian propagandist. He is suggesting that Putin has no choice but to use nukes in order to get President Biden to take his threat seriously.
He said Russia won't do anything.
Yes, that's true.
Which means that they have doubt that we'll do anything. So we need to smash them with nukes and then calmly watch the doubt disappear from their insolent, chubby faces.
Well, today, the former Russian president, Dmitry Medvedev, leveled another nuclear threat. And he said, quote, in case the West provides Ukraine with a nuclear weapon, we will have to make a preemptive strike. The more destructive the weapon supplied to Kyiv, the more likely a nuclear apocalypse scenario. Now, you notice there, he said, the more advanced the weaponry, right? And then says nuclear apocalypse. But the key caveat there was that Russia would only preemptively strike if the U.S. provides Ukraine with nuclear weapons, which is obviously not on the table. So, George, I want to ask you about the nuclear threats, because that Russian state propagandist, we obviously, we see what he has to say all the time. It's not new for him to be leveling them. But what I thought was interesting about this was the level of frustration, the sort of, they don't take us seriously, so we need to do this. They don't believe us anymore. Should this all be dismissed at this point because it has been bluster thus far, or do you think that's a mistake?
I think it's a mistake to dismiss the risk of a nuclear confrontation with Russia. The Russians do believe that the United States has essentially lost its fear of nuclear war, and part of the reason for waving the nuclear missiles around is to try to restore that fear of nuclear weapons. But the real danger would be if we put the Russians in a position where they have to choose between using nuclear weapons and utter humiliation on the battlefield. Not in our interest to put them in that the choice that could prove disastrous.
All right, George, thank you very much. General Marks, thank you very much. I appreciate your time on this Friday.